Hello everybody. So this week for our movement series, we are going to be looking at the Russian twist. This is a great ab exercise, specifically for the obliques. The whole core is working, but it's specifically the obliques, which is that rotational movement. This can be a challenging movement if you have a weak core. Now this is one I'll show a couple progressions with, a couple regressions with, modifications, so that you can do this exercise appropriately. Within the app, they may show a specific way with their movement, and that's the bicycles. They show a funky one for the bicycles. But we'll hop right in. So with the Russian twist itself, you can either hold a weight or no weight at all. Now the most important things here, there are a couple variations. You can keep your feet on the ground, you can elevate them, you can extend them. That would be a progression. That could be very challenging. The farther back you lean, the more you're engaging the core and also the hip flexors. The hip flexors, especially if you have tight hip flexors, this can be a challenging movement. This can also flare them up if you're having issues with them. So this one you may need to regress more so than progress. Now the most important thing here is the rotation of the upper body. Now with a sweatshirt on, you want to try to keep a flat back. And my hip flexors are yelling at me right now. But what you want to do, you want to keep your hips, you're seated, obviously, keep your hips square to wherever you're facing, but it's the shoulders that are rotating. I see a lot of people just kind of go like this. Yes, your core is engaged when you lean back and do this, but if you rotate your shoulders, you're really targeting those obliques. And so you can even, again, hold a weight and do this. And I would suggest the farther you turn, the better, right? You can even tap the weight on the floor, tap it on the floor. The farther up you sit, the easier it is. The farther back you lean, the more challenging, the more pressure that is on your core. You want to make sure you're pulling that belly button up and in, but yet still breathing, right? Now again, you can lift your legs. You can, if that's too challenging, but this is too easy, you can lift one. You can extend one, right? You can also make your surface unstable. I've seen people do it on here. Not very well, but it is an option. Finding a good balance point, tapping the Bosu. Make sure you're getting that full rotation of the shoulders. Now, a lot of people do that quick. I might have been going pretty quick in that last little demonstration there, but you do want to do this controlled. This is not a cardio exercise. It's an oblique abdominal exercise, okay? Now, to regress this a little bit, like I said, you can put your feet on the ground, keep them on the ground, sit up a little farther. You can even sit in a chair. Even this position can be very challenging for some people if they have tight hip flexors. So sitting in a chair, lean back, engage the core, tap hip to hip. Now, the chair may get in the way, but that's just part of the regression, right? Or again, you can sit up nice and tall, keep the core tight, rotate here. There's not as much gravitational pull and pressure on the core, but again, this is a regression of it. Like I said, to make it more challenging, you can use a heavier weight. You can use an unstable surface like the Bosu. You can extend your legs straight, which is very taxing on the hip flexors, but if you have good flexibility, that is an option to try. So that is the Russian twist. If you have issues with your back, that may not be something I suggest or even put in your plan, but that is the appropriate way to do it. So if you have questions, reach out, let me know, and I'll see you in the next video.